Hey guys, welcome to day 22 of our creative journal. It's pretty early here, and I'm going to go ahead and film in my awesome pink robe and my t-shirt, and this is my morning attire with my cup of coffee. I haven't been feeling well, so I'm going to take it easy today, and I thought I'd go ahead and film for you guys so I can rest. So today the topic is about failures. And how do you view failure? What do you think failure is? What do you think it means? And remember that we've always talked about, in this journal process especially, about perspective. Perspective is everything. So you can sit around and think that you're failing, or you have failed, or you could turn around and look at it like, well, that just didn't work. It wasn't for me. Either I can move on from here and do something completely different, or I can just try to do what I did differently. Meaning, whether it's a personal experience or a business experience, it is not about looking at it as though I'm a failure in life. It's about looking at like that just wasn't meant to be. And then you could turn around and look at those things as a lesson. It could be something personal in life, such as an example, a marriage. People get divorced every day. Does that mean that the husband or the wife are failures at relationships? Doesn't it make sense to say, and society's been really good about this, stay married, you have to stay married, you've got to work it out no matter how hard it is. That's unfair. That's not fair. Because it's forcing something that possibly may not need to be. Maybe isn't meant to be. You've got one life, so do you want to spend your entire life fighting on something that may not work, whether it be a marriage or a relationship or a job? So it's not necessarily that walking away makes you a failure or that it didn't work out is failing, but it's the fact that you learn from what you're doing and you know what not to do the next time. It's a lesson. And if you can view it as a lesson instead of insulting yourself or someone else as a failure or failing, then you change your entire perspective on life in itself. And it's hard to do. It's not something that's done every single day, even on my part. As a mom, I could look at myself in the mirror and say, I am a failure as a mom because I have a teenager who's had some problems. Well, that's not the case. I'm not a failure. I've done the best I could. Maybe what I did didn't work the first time. So do I look at it as a failure, or do I look at it as a lesson and what can I do better? In life or in work, for example, I am an artist first and foremost. Before I'm a teacher or anything, I'm an artist. And if I did not paint, and let's say I was working at a job in a cubicle or an office, and I went to work every single day and I was miserable. I was unhappy. I wasn't getting the promotion I wanted. I wasn't making the money I wanted. Years go by. I'm just kind of a drunk, maybe, because I'm so unhappy, like I'm bringing whiskey to work or something. I don't know. And I tell myself I'm a failure. Well, would it be wise to say that perhaps it's not actually me being a failure, but it's my perspective in general? That it very well could be that the job just isn't right for me, who I am. Maybe I had this idea that I was supposed to be working in an office, having a traditional job. Maybe I thought I had to prove something by doing that, or whether it be myself, or maybe I had insecurities that being an artist just wasn't real. You just can't make a living at it. And I was told that even from my parents. It's just, back in the day anyway. And that's a common thing. So if I'm fighting every day to go to work, if I'm getting up out of bed and I'm unhappy and I'm miserable and I'm going to this job and my whole perspective is this just doesn't feel right, then it's not really that I'm failing. It's just really that I'm on the wrong path. So it's about being able to see it for what it is versus turning it inward and making it about failing. So you could decide, one could decide that this job just isn't going to work for me. I'm always fighting. Maybe my path should be a little bit easier. Maybe I am on the wrong path. So maybe I'm not a failure after all. Maybe it's just that this just isn't working. It can be the same in anything. A friendship, a relationship, a marriage, a job. I mean, it's all how you look at it. So, and that's not to say that going in a different direction or finding your true path isn't going to be hard. My job is hard. It's very hard. It's hard because I sacrifice a lot to do what I love. And sometimes I struggle. But I wake up in the morning and I get to paint. I get to teach and talk. I get to have the freedom to do what I want creatively. That's not saying I'm like wealthy and making all kinds of money and traveling all over the world. That just means that in itself, I have not failed. I am succeeding because I'm doing what I love. So my failures teach me to fly. They teach me to not stay grounded, but come off the ground, to lift me up. And they are lessons learned. So, how do you view failure? Do you feel like that you're fighting something in life every day and you feel like you're failing? Do you feel like there's something else you could be doing? And what's keeping you from it? Is it fear of failure, or is it fear of losing what you have? And with all of those questions I just asked, before you go diving into this, look back through your journal, because I just literally touched base on the last 21 days of what we've been talking about. And let's see what you guys come up with. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna go rest. Talk to you soon.